In this lesson, I'll show you how to reduce the power of a trigonometric function. The question reads, write an equivalent expression for sine to the power of 4 theta that does not contain powers of a trigonometric function greater than 1. Now keep in mind what sine to the power of 4 theta actually means. It means sine theta raised to the power of 4. We rewrite it like this just for convenience. What I'll do next is rewrite sine theta to the power of 4 as a power to a power, where I have sine theta raised to the power of 2, and this is being raised to the power of 2. Remember that sine theta raised to the power of 2 is sine squared theta, and we can match this up with one of these power reducing identities, namely the first one. That being said, I'm going to replace sine squared theta with 1 minus cosine 2 theta over 2. 1 minus cosine 2 theta over 2, all raised to the power of 2. Now I will expand this expression by giving this 2 to the numerator and to the denominator. The denominator part is easy. 2 to the power of 2 is 4. But the numerator part, this is a binomial, so we have to expand the binomial. 1 minus cosine 2 theta times 1 minus cosine 2 theta. Let's go ahead and expand that. We have 1 times 1 is 1, 1 times negative cosine 2 theta, and negative cosine 2 theta times 1 is the same thing repeated. This times this is equal to positive cosine squared 2 theta, and remember our denominator was 4. The two middle terms can be combined, so let's go ahead and do that. We have 1 minus 2 of these cosine 2 thetas plus cosine squared 2 theta, and I'll give this 4 to each of these terms. 2 over 4 is half, and this part is 1 over 4. The next thing that I'll do to reduce this squared that's on cosine squared 2 theta is replace it with this power reducing identity, although it's not a simple replacement. Take a close look. We have cosine squared theta, but over here we have cosine squared 2 theta. This means that when we replace it with this expression, we have to multiply 2 theta with this 2. So instead of 1 plus cosine 2 theta over 2, it becomes 1 plus cosine 4 theta over 2 because of this factor 2. That's something to keep in mind moving forward. So we have 1 over 4 minus half times cosine 2 theta plus 1 over 4, this factor, and I will replace that expression with 1 plus cosine 4 theta over 2. We've technically accomplished our goal. We now have an expression that doesn't have a power greater than 1, but we have to simplify. I'll multiply this quarter into the brackets. We end up with 1 over 4 minus 1 over 2 cosine 2 theta plus a quarter times 1 over 2 is 1 over 8 plus a quarter times cosine 4 theta over 2 is 1 over 8 cosine 4 theta. I'm going to combine this like term with this one, and this gives us 3 over 8, because a quarter plus 1 over 8 is 3 over 8, and everything else stays the way it is. And there you have it. We now have an expression that satisfies what the question was asking. And that is how to reduce the power of a trigonometric function.